And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you very much.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Carter are up front. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Harrell's in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's White. Here's Carter. The rebound by Caldwell-Pope. Here's Los Angeles now. Here's LeBron. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The raw power of James excels at taking on physical defense and finishing.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Here's James. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. James has got his second basket of the game.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
And then Carter with the dunk.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Carter's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well-suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
And Davis sends it back.
What's crazy about AD as a shot blocker, he can block your shot at all 3 levels.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Schroeder kicks to LeBron. That's it, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Now here's White. Here's Carter. The shot off that time. Davis with some nice D. Bobbed up there for Schroeder. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
And Chicago shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Levine can't hit.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now here's Levine. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group.
Good drive. For a big point guard, Satoransky has a surprisingly quick first step.
Good on the bucket. LeBron's got 10 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Satoransky. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
A tall, strong combo guard who can shoot it as well as pass it. Satoransky played around 30 minutes a game for the Bulls last season as he found a way to impress the team every chance they gave him.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
They recover it. Basket counts. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Williams trying to break free. Lakers leading by 6. Now the Lakers on the break, and Davis throws it down.
And how about that? Transition opportunity for Anthony Davis has the long strides to eat up ground in a hurry.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Satoransky, the pass to Hutchison. And the rejection by Harrell. Now the Lakers on the break. Caldwell Pope for 3. Offensive rebound. Tries again. And no problem from Harrell as he finishes at the rim. He has 6.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Back to the action after this word.
You know, we should have energy. We should be outplaying the other team, I guess.
Greg trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
Now, I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Chicago right now, Valentine out there with Williams. Then it's Garrett Temple. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Young in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, GA, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Offensive rebound. Here's Williams. And finally, that one's good.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David. Here's Levine. After the basket by Montrezl Harrell, Porter finds Carter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Davis.
This is the thing about Wendell Carter. He's got the skill to go with the size. Very difficult to defend.
Both good from the line that time. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. With the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
The grace, the athleticism, most bigs could not have pulled that off, but AD makes it look easy.
And there's the pass to White. Carter looking around, and he banks in the layup. Carter's got 10 points in the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Back to White. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Snatched up. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
A tough physical player who doesn't mind mixing it up. Wendell for the and one.
Chandler Hutchison. He's checked in for Otto Porter Jr.
He's in attack mode, drawing contact now, getting to the line, something he didn't do at all in the first quarter.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
Inside, here's Carter, and then Carter with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, he is only concerned right now. Wow, hammering it in!
Add that one to LeBron's highlight reel. How about the creativity in midair?
52 seconds left in the first half of the game.
And the deep ball has come alive the last few seasons for Zach LaVine. He set a Bulls record for made threes in a season last year.
Hey, Greg, Zach LaVine continues to work and improve his shot, which has been fantastic. He not only trusts his shot at this point, but feel it's a strength now. He's more willing to look for jumpers and big possessions now.
Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. And the officials into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Markkanen. Denzel Valentine comes in for Levine. And Zedaransky subbed in for Kobe White. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And again, Chicago, no good. Dishes it to Schroeder. Lets it go with a three. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Schroeder's got 7 points.
Shooting confidently from long range. Schroeder with a great balance on that shot.
Here's Sonoronsky. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. And of everything, he's doing well. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 22 points, 2 rebounds. And that'll...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Contavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Harrell in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Carter kicks to Porter. Carter on the wing. He's defended by Harrell. And a wide open look for Porter. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Porter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. James against Carter. Schroeder outside. Pass to Harrell. To the paint. Caldwell-Pope dishes to Schroeder. There's the three. That shot missing, so the Bulls will take it the other way. You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. he'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games. 3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
It's LeBron with the drive, and nothing is falling for him right now. Bulls trail by 17. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Garrett Temple has checked in for Chicago. Schroeder against White. And White slams it in.
I like White's decision-making in the pick and roll. He has a good understanding of the defense.
White against Schroeder. LeBron left side. Trying to find Schroeder. Gets it to him. Here's Davis. Nice D from Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bulls. Down by 15. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, good to hear from you. Now, Zach LaVine has become a star, but he knows there's still work to be done. He said, I'm stepping into a leadership role, asking more of myself and giving more each year. You've got to look at your faults. I have to continue to improve my defense. I want to help us make the playoffs. My next step as a player is winning. Guys, back to you.
Great attitude. David, thank you. James finds Davis. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists in the game. For 3, LaVine. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The shot's good from LeBron.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
LaVine against Caldwell Pope. Bean passes to Markkanen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Competing, battling inside. This is what coaches want to see Markkanen do more of.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. Williams comes in for Garrett Temple. Valentine's checked in for LaVine. And Zedaransky subbed in for White. And stolen by Valentine. Zedaransky looking around from about 19 feet, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Here's Schroeder, uses the glass to finish the layup. Schroeder's got 9.
We talk about Schroeder's toughness, just shrugs off the hit and keeps on going.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top, they lead by 13. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Williams. Thomas Zedaransky is out there with Valentine. And it's Young, and it's Hutchinson in at the 3. Greg, so many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Harrell.
And for a big guy, Harrell's quick off his feet. He can block shots inside and on the perimeter.
Here's James, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And James drills them both.
And to think LeBron in high school was recruited by some D1 colleges to play wide receiver, boy, what a downfield target he would have been.
Carter down low. He's defended by Harrell. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Saturansky, the pass to Williams. It's good.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Here's LeBron. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. LeBron's got 31 points.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
The drive by Schroeder. Basket good. And the Lakers lead by 16.
Schroeder has speed to burn, but also has a great feel for finding angles to convert on the drive.
Valentine wide open. He fires. That three off the mark. The Lakers shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
So for the Bulls, Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. Dean comes in for Denzel Valentine. And it's Kobe White in for Saturansky. And for Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that he knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
And the Bulls making a change here. Markkanen's checked in.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
And White kicks to Porter. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
LeBron with it. And it's Carter picking him up. And they double up James. Davis against Markkanen. Bulls trail by 18.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Lakers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And they double up James. Hutchison with the rebound.
Made that shot a little harder than it had to be. No one around him, just rise straight up and drill it.
Young finds Saturansky. Young, no good. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible. Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage. One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And here's Los Angeles. Here's LeBron and the dunk by James.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Here's Caldwell-Pope, and that one is hammered home.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David.